right, y'all. Yeah, thanks for being here. And I know that it's been a bit. It's been, I think, about a month maybe. So thanks for bearing with us. I know there was a schedule change and it was because of me. I had an opportunity to go to a celebration of life for a dear, very old friend who passed way back in November, but the celebration was then scheduled for a couple weeks ago, and I was in a pretty remote place up in Canada. So didn't have internet access that would support this group. So we postponed and we'll be meeting today and then also next week. So 2 weeks in a row to finish up our series. I was on this beautiful island in British Columbia called Lasqueti Island, which is just off the coast of Vancouver Island. And I had spent a few summers there in my 20s. A beautiful, gorgeous, magical feeling place for me. The whole island is completely off the grid. So it's all homesteading. It's all, a lot of work for the residents who live there, but the sense of natural beauty is just so breathtaking, really, stunning in a way. And it was for me part retreat, part getting back into community. And that's what's inspiring the practice for today, actually. I was struck by how when I just stepped foot onto that island for the first time in 5 years, it's been 5 years since I visited, it was like I could just take a full breath, like my whole body just released. The heaviness, the weight I had been carrying from a number of stress factors in life just kind of dissipated. And I was reminded of how powerful physical spaces can be, how powerful nature can be. And sometimes reorienting to those spaces, whether it's quite literally, like physically going to the place, like I was able to do, or just reorienting, landing back in the place, using our minds and our hearts and our felt sense of memory, how that can facilitate a deeper sort of meditation practice, especially when we're going for things that emphasize softening or like a heartfelt sense of connection to oneself. So this is where we're going today. I'm gonna guide us all into a practice of recalling to memory. And when I say memory, it could be a visual, but hopefully also a felt sense of a place that helps you feel really good inside, relaxed, spacious, maybe connected with yourself or others. Maybe it's a sort of community that helps you feel connected. And then seeing what's possible after we land in that space in terms of what can be accessed, what can be released, what can be tended to in whatever has been feeling difficult in our lives. But first, we get to journey to the place. And this, of course, is very much in line with Tibetan Buddhist practice, which is my main orientation, in that we use visualization. It's a very strong, powerful tool. And if you have any struggles with visualization, because that's a thing, it's a very real thing for some folks, you can use your other senses too. And I might prompt that. What did it feel like to be in the sunshine in that place? What did it smell like? What were the sounds? What was the energetic signature? Was there a stillness about it? Was there a sort of vitality? Things like this. You can use all your senses. All right. So let's get started. I am still sort of traveling, so to speak. I haven't quite landed back east for the summer, although I will be next week, which means I don't have my like tingsha, my bells with me. So I'm just gonna guide us in together, old school style without an instrument, I guess. Yeah. As always, please take good care of yourself in this practice, whatever you're needing. And we can start by just choosing a posture, choosing a shape for our bodies that feels good. I'm noticing I really want to cross my legs as I sit up in this chair, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'll invite you all to, take a few moments to just settle into a shape for your body that feels supportive, that feels restful, that feels comfortable. So really centering your comfort here. And noticing then what comes up when I ask you or prompt you to center your comfort. Does a deep breath or a yawn arise for you? Does your jaw soften? Is there an invitation to maybe soften other aspects of your being, soften those spaces of tension that perhaps you're used to holding, but in this moment, and especially as we prepare to go to that sort of restful, spacious, happy sort of place. How do you want to feel in your body as you go there? Is there anything you can release before we head to that space, that felt memory and experience? Maybe it feels good to allow the head to just kind of float on top of the spine, softening the space between the eyebrows, relaxing the muscles of your face. Those spaces that tend to tense up when we're focusing, when we're trying to make something happen or get something done. What would it be like instead to approach this practice as a sort of exploration, softening into the space of the practice as opposed to sort of corralling our attention and narrowing it in, just kind of opening and relaxing, almost like that sensation of a block of ice kind of melting into a puddle. So just exploring in that way. And I'll encourage each of us as we prepare to take the next step to just take 3 deep cleansing breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Second breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then third breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And soften, soften, soften. Maybe centering your awareness kind of in the space of your heart. So we're dropping our attention beneath the head, beneath the neck. I'll invite you to bring into that heart space a time and place, like a memory perhaps, where you felt really good inside. Noticing the place that arises. And if you'd like to take this in a direction of more kind of creating your ideal healing space based on the inspiration of that memory or something like this, you're welcome to do that. So freedom here to drop into with your visualization for now, a space that feels really good, that helps you feel really good inside. Maybe it's a space, a place that you've been, a place you've been in nature, perhaps. Maybe it's another kind of landscape. It could even be a cityscape, but just a place that would feel really good to go to in this moment. And then taking it one step further of allowing yourself to go there. Perhaps it's a forested place full of lush green. Perhaps it's the space at the very peak of a mountain, free from all the delusion and attachments and responsibilities that maybe have been weighing you down. Perhaps looking out on to the ocean. Perhaps a place special and unique to you that no one would really know about, but your body, your heart, your mind, your nervous system really know that place, and that place knows you. Allowing yourself to notice the details of the place, the colors, the landscape, and also the sounds. Is there such a profound stillness that you can hear the sounds of like the wind kind of crackling through the leaves, or a bird song very far off in the distance? Allowing yourself to feel into the tactile sense of the place. Perhaps you can feel like the dampness of the earth, the soil, or the sunlight on your skin. Just allowing yourself, giving yourself full permission to sink in completely to feeling the goodness, the pleasantness, the pleasure of being in this place, this space. And you feel the tangles of your mind and heart starting to soften, maybe even unravel, just by being witnessed and seen by this place, just being enveloped, embraced by it, this special place, this calming and healing place. Although places aren't the same as people, they still have a sort of spirit about them. Was a poet, I believe Rumi, who said, wherever you go, be the soul of that place. What is this place allowing for you? Is it a sort of rest? Is it a stillness? Is it a reminder of who you are beneath the layers of contraction, of responsibility or commitment or worry or whatever it is, doubt that's been maybe on your mind, in your space, in your mind space these days? You might just for the next several minutes allow yourself to just be with the sounds, the smells, the visuals, the felt sense, to be immersed in this place. just giving yourself this pocket of pleasantness, of respite, of rest and ease. A reminder of your own vitality, those aspects of yourself that maybe, again, remain hidden or just kind of buried beneath the surface of everyday life. And if you'd like to just explore just being, you're welcome to do that for as long as you'd like, or even the full remainder of our practice together. And for those who'd like to stick with some more guidance, some more steps, you can continue to follow along with me as you kind of rest in this place, this healing space, this special space you've chosen, as it kind of works its magic on you just by being it, and you just by being you in this place. Go ahead and just get curious for yourself. What is it that needs healing right now? What is it that needs tending to in my body, heart, and mind? What's been challenging lately, or what's just needing to be softened, addressed, tended to, truly. In the safety and support and loving and warm embrace of this place you've chosen, what is able to reveal itself, to come closer to the surface? What is it that you're needing? Can you speak to it? Can you name it? As it makes itself known, whatever challenges or needs, wishes, desires, can you be with those with a sense of tenderness, with the energy of the place that you're in? Maybe it's spaciousness, maybe it's warmth, maybe it's just a deep love and care and reverence. Sometimes placing a hand at heart center can be a support. You're welcome to do that at any time. And when whatever reveals itself does reveal itself, whether it's a challenge or a need, a want, a longing, can you just simply acknowledge it? Maybe that comes through in words of acknowledgement, like, I hear you. I see you. I'm with you in this. Maybe there's a sort of relief and release in just recognizing what is the want, what is the need, accepting it without trying to suppress it or make it smaller or criticize it in any way. Those subtle actions of the subconscious that can result in thoughts like that's not possible or you can't do that, that's wrong. Can you just be with the need or the want as it is and let it just speak itself to the place that you're in? A space to be, and also a space to be with what bubbles up to the surface when we feel seen, held, recognized in our physical environment, in this special place that you've chosen to be in. So that it's not just you trying to hold space for yourself with whatever arises, but this whole place that you've landed into, whether it's a natural landscape or a place you've been, whatever it is, allowing the whole of the place to hold you and support you as you address what's been challenging, what you need. There's no need to figure out how to get what you need, how to make changes in your life. Just naming it, just recognizing it, giving it space, feeling it. This is the practice for today. Allowing yourself that space to be with. We'll take just a few moments here, a few more moments, maybe 5 or 6 breath cycles. You don't have to count, but just recognizing that we're going to start to bring this practice to a close. If you'd like to seal your time in this special place that you've landed into with a word or a gesture, you're welcome to do that. And then we'll take some time after that to transition back to our shared space. Maybe it's just one word like thank you, or I'll be back. And then starting to lovingly bring whatever energetic signature of the place you landed into kind of back to your physical body in this moment, noticing the shape that you've taken. Really allowing yourself to bring the energy of the place with you. Noticing your breath and your breathing body. And then taking 3 cleansing breaths. And after the 3rd exhale, gently opening the eyes if eyes were closed and coming back to our shared space. Inhaling and exhale. 2nd breath, inhale and exhale. And 3rd and final breath, inhale and exhale. And coming back to our community space to Yeah, close our session for today. Of course, taking your time. Mm, yeah. Um, it's this thing I said at the end that's sticking with me now that I feel I want to just share out again, which is part of the beauty of this practice, especially when we're doing something around self-kindness or self-compassion, which I didn't use those terms, but that's what we were doing in the second half, is that like you get to rest a little bit and be held by the space. So you don't have, like, sometimes I think it can feel like I have to hold all this space for myself in self-compassion or kindness practices. And this is a beautiful practice to do if you feel like you want extra support, like you want to feel held too as you hold yourself. So kind of landing in a place, a physical place or a place in your mind that feels like it's holding you, this can enhance the sort of ease and depth of that practice.